There we go.
Welcome to this episode of 6 Idiots, 1 Dice.
You know, at this point, I can't tell the difference between our brands, alright? You have done this so much that I just go, oh yeah, that's our name. Nothing
Last
wrong.
time on the Challenge of Arrows.
Comment. The whole reason this started was because I couldn't tell the difference between the brands.
What
The
the
whole
fuck?
reason this started is because I couldn't tell the difference between the brands.
Oh, so I have
like-
you to blame for this.
Yeah, pretty much. Because all of the D&D is starting to blur together.
So here's the question. As far as the party members go, what's the difference?
Hey, Odd.
Let's see the difference. We either have the Broody group, the Charge Into Everything group, or the Split Personality Disorder group. There you go.
Am I all
Which
three?
one is that?
I feel like they all just resonate in one right here still.
Feel like I've seen all three of those.
Well, I mean, Broody's Monday, Charge In is Thursday, and Split Personality is Sunday.
I didn't know you did a
Point.
Sunday one.
How would you describe my Monday?
I think Split Personality suits that one
Your
as well.
Monday one is just what the
I was
fuck
gonna
is going
say-
on?
Wait, hang on.
And also, we gonna die.
Jam, perhaps the furry community?
I was gonna say,
Hey, hold on.
One of our characters has fur.
Sorry,
What?
the
Not
scale
all-
and fur community.
Not all furries have to have fur.
Scaly.
Alright.
as Storm would know.
No, they have their own.
As,
So
as
yes,
he
the
would know.
fur and scale community.
Yeah.
I was
That
gonna,
leaves
I was
out-
gonna say from what I've heard, maybe
That leaves
the
out the
fuck
bird.
everything community in more than one sense of the word.
Birds could be
Or-
fluffy.
They also came from dinosaurs, so technically they're scaly and furry if you check their legs.
Hey guys,
I
fun
am not doing
fact.
that, thank
This
you.
is supposed to be a D&D stream.
I mean, it's kind of
No,
We're talking about
Just
D&D.
his plan.
Talking about knowledge now.
Curled and splintered wood, scratched and shattered stone. The walls still hold their shape, but their ability to function is questionable. Time has already started to age the recently revealed materials, hardly able to resist the jungle's attempts to reclaim them. The vines seemingly held back by the flickering lanterns. Wooden doors standing ajar, leading into the temple. This is where we find our adventurers, stood several meters out from the damaged temple of the Storm Warrior, accompanied by a Fuck! I knew I was going to mess this up.
Centurion.
Yeah, it became
Well done.
Centurion, and it's not. The Centaur Hunter, Karan, and the mysterious elven monk, Amara. The party pushed their way through the Screaming Vines jungle and some of its offerings. Upon coming across an ancient and dilapidated tower, you decided to investigate, finding a glassy stone doorway, shattered crystal pebbles, and a gargantuan statue. A statue which animated with the grinding of stones and snapping of vines. A fight ensued, with your hunter friend showing a few colours unseen before. You were able to retreat, avoiding major casualties, before regrouping and heading west. An ape Cerno, fighting in inner fear, led the pack through the rest of the jungle, pausing for the night to rest and allowing time to pass and Agnes's sight to slowly return. What has happened to the temple? And what of Boar's master? Will he be who Agnes next refuses to trust, even if they only find his corpse? Let us explore this world that they influence with the dummies and their dice.
That could be
I
any.
book it up the steps.
A
I
wild
start
appeared.
running.
Oh, okay, we're going.
Okay, so we've seen. Where are we standing right now? Are there like steps up or?
There are the steps. The steps sort of leading up. They're mismatched, broken. Don't seem to be that cared for. You're 200, 300 meters away from the temple, but you've got decent sort of sight. Although the vines and trees sort of are relatively tight, you can see the temple. It's a relatively straight stairway. And as you make your way up, these details just stand out to you.
Can I
The
check?
walls are made of... You can, in a second. The walls are made of wood and stone. You can see essentially recent battle marks on them, but they appear to be old enough that they aren't fresh. What would you like to check?
Like just before we make any actual dice rolling checks, are we saying that all wild surge magic things from last time they aren't in effect anymore?
Wait, what were the other two which went off? I forget.
I had beasts cannot attack for 1 day unless charisma save of 11 or reduce movement by 10 feet for 1 hour. So that one's gone. But
The hour's
within
gone and the
day.
day's gone since Agnes's
Okay.
sight is back to her.
Okay. Yep, that's fine.
Those have worn off. Oh yeah, I forgot you got cramp in both legs.
Because I rolled a natural 20 and got 2.
All right. So, Boar is starting to make movements towards sprinting up the steps. Is there anything else anyone wants to do quickly before I allow him to run?
Can I take to investigate what kind of creatures or beings created the battle marks and stuff like that?
From this distance, not really.
Yeah, I'd like to.
This is me essentially just holding Boar back in case there's anything you guys want to do
Is
or
there
would have
any?
done leading up to this point, and then I'll let him loose.
Is there any?
There's just
is
a
there
fucking
any?
leash like, down, boy! Down, not yet, not yet,
Is,
not yet. Alright, sick him.
is there any sign of how recent it was, or can we not tell from here?
Again, not quite from this distance. This is just sort of stuff you're beginning to pick up on.
Can I cast?
Also,
Oops, sorry.
Ninja, I sort of more imagine the sort of roller coaster tycoon sort of hands just holding them by the back of the shirt as they're just trying to run on the spot.
Like how I was no, I've lost it.
Primeval awareness.
Or kind of like a little wind-up doll.
I'll allow you primeval awareness.
Yay!
Can I look about to see if there's anything or anyone waiting for us to enter?
Again, from where you are, you can't really see anything. There are lights. You can see lights flickering on the temple, which it is currently gone midday. It's mid-afternoon. You're probably looking around 3 o'clock-ish. So the lights aren't, a beacon in the night. One, because it's not night, and two, because they're not that bright. But they're noticeable as a sort of flickering of flames kind of catches your eyes. And let me remind myself what does.
Okay, I'll just keep an eye out.
As an action, you
Can
can
I go
expend
in?
one range of spell slots.
Yeah. I need to look at what creatures it finds. Aberrations,
Okay,
celestials, dragons,
sorry.
elementals, fey, fiends, or undead.
I really want another cup of tea, damn it.
Well, I sense dragons.
You sense dragons. You get a strong sense of fey as well, and nothing else really comes to you.
Okay.
Oh, I wonder why there's a strong sense of fair.
Because we're in a forest.
It's day run.
Stay run.
And you also have a centaur with you.
And frickin' Amara.
And an Eladrin elf.
Yep. I mean, I wonder where all this fey is coming from. Turn to look at the new members of the group, just whistling.
And
Do we
sorry,
not
what
still
did
have the
Cerno
dust pile
pocket?
of exclusion? I feel like we should keep that there.
No, you put it to sea.
Oh, right.
I was gonna say, does Cerno still have the stuff he grabbed from the thing that most likely is what caused the thing to try and kill us?
Shh.
Also, yes. Actually, no, wait. You wanted to empty it out of your pockets, didn't you? Did you end up doing that?
I
don't think
took
you
it out of
did.
my pockets, but I put it into a little bag thing instead of just having it in my pockets.
Okay, correct. All right,
Anyways,
So,
up the thing board goes.
Boar
I'll,
charges up the steps.
Bat
then.
out of hell.
I'll follow
As he
him.
approaches.
Agnes is keeping an eye out. Then.
I
This
mean,
is
first
a
of all, do you
strange
try and
temple.
keep pace with him?
I will
Nope.
attempt to.
Within eyesight, I would say.
I am
Alright.
full dashing to this.
So,
I'll try and
as you
full
approach
dash as
the
well.
temple, a noticeable smell begins to grow in the air. That of rotting flesh. It pierces your nose and hampers your other senses. The sound of multiple feet and hooves rise from the cobble steps, but their state of disrepair causing some difficulty for a few of you in your movement, especially those not being too careful. You pass. You get to the gnarled wooden doors. They are standing ajar and lead into the courtyard.
I peek in, what do I see?
All right. Glancing around, your eyes glimpse the source of the smell, and it almost starts to cause your eyes to water with the pungency of it. Several bodies lie pushed up to the sides of the courtyard, each in different states of decomposition. You notice a horse-sized blue scaled reptile surrounded by the buzz of flies, a similar spider to what you met a day or so beforehand, as well as several humanoids in a pile. In the center sits a lone chair. More than a dozen bottles litter the ground around it, with one more about to add to the pile from that of the hand of a large, pale blue-skinned man slumped in the chair. Unkempt hair hides most of the face, whilst a scruffy beard hides the rest. Only 2 yellow-white teeth, curling out of the mouth and resting on the upper lip, show this man's heritage. His chest raises and lowers, providing the only sign of life around, a rasping snore.
Does he look familiar?
He does look familiar.
Does look familiar.
Does he look familiar to only to Ball?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe only... Yeah.
Yeah, the door. What's with the door? You said there were markings, claw marks and things.
There are. In the door, the stones, the stone and timber which makes up the wall as well. The door appears to be quite old. A quick glance, you see what was probably a barricade put down across the back of it to hold it closed, has been shattered and splintered. One of the doors hangs off of a hinge, just sort of leaning against the stones behind. The other seems to be just not fully open, but not fully closed either, but just left.
What evidence is there in the room of like what's happened?
The dead body things.
Well, yeah, no. Other than like, is there any evidence of what's caused it?
The guy in the chair.
Do you guys want to make investigation checks then, if you're starting to snoop around?
No, I go full stealth and I start walking towards him.
Okay. Back then.
You said that there's a blue-scaled creature in the side of the room, right? Does that look like the blue drakes? I think that's what they're called. We fought on the island.
The blue is of similar color. It is rather decomposed. Only sort of the scales and the rough outline of it are currently left, and a lot of flies buzzing. But you could say it could be one living.
Are we all going to try and stealth?
Well, was trying to stealth.
I'm going to
No,
stealth.
I was asking the group.
I'm going to stealth around. I'll stealth up with Boar.
I'll stay outside.
Oh.
I would like to draw my bow in preparation. Okay. I don't know where this is.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, can I?
Ravengill's going to investigate
10.
what the heck happened here.
I think Amara's gonna join, like help Southern Gal with that, if that's all right.
Are you investigating the inside or the outside?
Starting from the outside, going in.
Okay, so roll your investigations whilst these guys are stealthing forwards.
I'm keeping an eye out for anything coming in, or coming in towards the building.
Oh.
All right. Would anyone like to roll above a 10 tonight?
Nope.
Nope.
I haven't
Do you want me
rolled
to roll
yet.
perception?
Yes, please, Agnes.
Can I roll something to see if I can do it?
Perception plus 2.
Hey, above 10.
You're welcome, guys. I am on watch.
Alright, Agnes, you glancing around see as Boar and Cerno creep forward, are seen drawing the bow. Kran sort of stays outside the gates, eyeing around with Savangal and Amara, partly because it looks like she had quite a bit of difficulty getting up these stairs. Weren't really designed for hooves in mind. However, Agnes, you notice as Boar and Cerno step forward, Boar just kick a bottle, and you see it happen just before it does, as this bottle rolls kink, into another bottle, and then kink, 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 as just this somewhat well-formed pile of bottles just flattens and becomes more of a carpet. The one bottle's shattering against a stone. And the chair goes, no. Oh.
I freeze, and I don't move at all.
Is he
Have you
awake?
come to give me a good death?
Can we hear commotion from outside?
No, I haven't come to kill you.
You all hear the sound of glass.
I will run in, see what's happening.
I'm just standing at the door like, God,
I can just imagine Agnes face farming at this point.
This man looks familiar to me, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Can I
You
ask
recognize who this
why?
is?
That's who I think it is.
This is Pethron.
This is Pethron. No, I haven't come to kill you yet today.
He kind of lifts the bottle in his hand, squints at it, and downs the dregs, drops it onto the pile and goes, and go away.
Not happy to see me?
Doesn't reply.
Well, who is this?
This is Fenthron. My,
I'm pretty new. You're gonna need to give me more than
Oh,
that.
right. This is the
I'll
temple I
be
came
honest. I'll be honest. He hasn't mentioned that name much with us, and if he has, I don't know
from.
it.
No, I haven't mentioned. The only one who knows is Cerno.
Okay.
So this is him, huh?
Yeah, apparently.
Also, good job on the bottles.
Probably, I
Good
should
job on the
probably
bottles.
know, Boar, what you know of him. He was one of the temple's strongest warriors. His fighting style,
Is
well, I
the
would say
drunken fist. I do know this.
I was going to say you learn. I was going to say it was that of rather of essentially unpredictability and sort of unpredictability and kind of using opponents' movements against them. As far as you are aware, he had sworn off alcohol and personality. He was rather caring and quite devout in his duties. This is very unlike the master to which you knew.
I take the bottle from his fucking hand. And throw
He's
it.
already empty.
Okay, well,
He
anyways.
still froze it.
I still fucking throw a bottle.
Where'd you throw it?
I don't fucking know. Do I need to roll left, right?
No,
up, or down?
I'm just curious.
Just throw it in general. Just throw it
Alright.
as hard as you can.
Shatters against the ground.
Okay. I thought you stopped drinking. Where's everyone else?
Gone.
What do you mean, God?
No longer here.
Did they run away? Did they move?
Are they dead?
Are they dead? Yeah, are they dead?
You search hard enough outside the walls, you'll find some of them.
What happened here?
Kind of just nods towards the blue scaled creature and then to the pile of bodies. Them.
You talk to him, I'm gonna go look over there at the bodies. Do I immediately recognize the uniform? Are they wearing a uniform?
As you approach and kind of make your way through the flies, you do indeed recognize familiar capes and black leather masks.
Oh, not this again.
Who is it?
Guys! It's the cultists.
Oh,
What's left of
Oh,
them.
for fuck's sakes.
Oh boy. Oh, that's bad.
That one we will have to explain.
Ugh.
What are they doing all the way out here?
I don't know about here, but cultists has never meant a good thing where I'm from.
They're horrible people.
They stole my
None
gift
of them.
Arsene.
I did. I miss that sword.
I'm gonna take
a
a
real
big
nice
steps back away from the pungent smell. Oh boy. That smells worse than anything I've ever smelt.
Would you like me to look at that? You don't seem to be dealing too well with it.
Okay.
Yeah, please. Oh boy.
What did they want with the temple?
Yeah. Fat Todd?
Is he unconscious again?
He just nods his head backwards. Go look.
Okay, I go to where he was.
I'm gonna go look.
So currently you are in. Oh shit! Currently you're in sort of like a courtyard. So you've sort of got an outer wall with the main gate, kind of in a courtyard, and then the temple is sort of like that. Different rooms, and then there is a inner courtyard as well. So it's sort of like an O shape, and then you have walls. You know, I will.
I found it quite funny when you began drawing it because it looked like it was a person going YMCA. Never mind. Okay.
That grey stuff's essentially the building.
Okay.
Gonna go
anyways,
look at
I
where
go
he
to
pointed.
where,
He
you
just
know,
nods his. He essentially just nods his head back to the door, which is there, which also appears to have been sort of broken. Actually, no. This one appears to be just left open, not
I open
damaged
it.
really, but
Right.
left open.
What is it?
Gonna go look.
I'll follow. I'll
What
just
is it?
follow behind Ball.
Pardon me.
I am investigating all the rotting corpses because I don't mind the smell.
Well, as you guys are having this conversation, Savangirl, at the very least, Amara getting slightly distracted by the noise, is investigating outside. From what you can tell, Savangirl, large creatures, claws, teeth, somewhat serrated tails would have done the damage to these walls. Pretty much.
These guys are really intent on getting in. So if these cultists are here, I assume they're probably here for like an object, like what happened on the island.
Question is, did they get it?
I have a feeling they did.
So, you guys go inside the actual temple building?
Yep. And then does
Or
investigation again.
Yeah.
Then two of you roll investigation checks.
I
has +3.
I got 5.
Yeah, you guys can roll.
1.
Oh,
Hey!
natural 20.
All right.
Oh, jeez, guys.
So, Savangao, your feline instincts and your ever-burning curiosity fuels your desire to figure out what's happening here. Agnes, the fact that you haven't been able to see for a whole day has really put you in a bad mood, and you are using the hell out of your this moment in time. So what you guys see, essentially whilst travelling through the different rooms of the temple, is, first of all, and most noticeably, pretty much of everything of value has been taken. Rooms are trashed. The minimal belongings of the temple denizens are just strewn all about the place as if it was being searched and turned over. Furniture is broken, and you've got just splats of blood in different rooms. You can't see any. You don't find any bodies.
I am rolling really shit today, and I hate this.
Yeah, you don't find any bodies, and actually with that investigation, you do stick your head sort of back out into the courtyard and glance over, and what you notice is that pretty much every stone of the wall has, well, I say every stone, starting at the bottom and going up, each stone has a different name engraved into it. And as you get to probably about shoulder height, you notice that there are some freshly carved ones, about 26. Freshly carved names into these different stones. Investigating the rest of the temple, it is pretty much ruined. You have similar scratch marks to the walls outside, on the floors, sort of on the walls, signs of battle, as well as blackened patches of stone where spots of high amounts of energy were probably discharged into them.
Magic? Oh wait, no, I'm not investigating them. I haven't rolled them.
Well, I mean,
What do I see with the 3?
well, since I asked 2 people to roll, your 3 is redundant.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
With Bor as your somewhat guide, he gets you lost occasionally, considering the fact he hasn't been here for very well and rolled a 3. He is able to lead you around most places, and even to the entrance of several rooms he was never allowed in. There are, again, ransacked, ruined furniture, and the probably final room that he goes to show you, its doors have been pretty much obliterated. Just the hinges in the walls and some shards of wood, splinters of wood, are all that essentially tell you that a door was once here and it was not an archway. Looking inside, there appears to be 6 pedestals, each with a different plaque on it. 3 of the pedestals have been sort of knocked over to the ground, and you see their scorch marks all over this, and the signs of faded runes. Bor does inform you that this is the relic.
This is what?
The relic room.
And there's no relic there.
Only pedestals.
Well, we know what they came for.
Can we read what the relics were?
Indeed you can.
What were the relics?
Going between yourselves, you do have the languages to read what the names and a little bit of info on the ones which had a bit more than just the names. You had the arrow of mortality. Sorry, an arrow of mortality. The dagger of Esga. The pommel of a great sword known as Thread.
Wait, sorry, what was the second one?
The dagger of Esga. That's easy apostrophe GA.
Of course it is.
The pommel of a great sword, as in sewing thread.
Great sword called Thread.
No. The pommel of a great sword called Thread.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah. Dragon's Spirit. The Shovel of Antiquity. And Thuban.
Spelling?
Thuban.
Okay.
Didn't your book mention something about spirit?
Yeah.
Why is it that the wording of these reminds me so much from the place where the undead were coming from, and there was those weapons down there. I know they're different weapons, but it's just something very similar about it. Naming sense, I suppose.
Do we know what any of them are for? Like, you said there were little descriptions or something.
So, out of the ones which have bits of description, essentially, the ones which you have is Dragon Spirit. It's the little description just says, hewed out of hewed out of bone.
Well, how does that not make?
Mhm.
What that makes me think
Nothing's
of?
there, no relics whatsoever.
Nothing. They've all been taken. And as you're exploring with that natural 20, you, Agnes, are able to tell that whatever magical wards were in place here have essentially been broken and tarnished.
2 questions. One, what was the name of the dagger again?
The dagger of Esga.
Thank you, Isca. And second, as a bit of a weird history buff, architect, all that. Architect, no, it's not.
Would
What's it
you
called?
like to make a
Archaeologist.
history check?
Please. History.
Ooh.
I'm a
Which
nerd.
one are you trying to remember something?
Fudge, I gotta do separate stuff? Okay,
You don't know about all of them. I'm allowing you to choose which.
oh, do I have to pick myself, or can I ask? Can I call a friend?
I'll allow you to crowdsource which one you guys want to know about.
Hey guys. Now, look, the 2 I'm personally curious about are Dragon Spirit, just because that feels like it relates so much to the thing that we found back in the cave.
You know the dragon cult? Yep. Mhm.
Yep, but then Thuban. Just because it's Thuban.
You know what? Fuck Dragon Spirit. Stupid.
Thuban,
Like,
What
please.
is
Can
a
we-
Thuban?
Yeah.
Tell me about Thuban. I need to
Thuban.
know what this name means. What is
From
this?
your recollection, Arsene, you have heard the name before. You have heard the name before. It has, although this is just one of many names for this particular weapon. It also goes by the name of the Sword of Scale, or one of the 8 claws of the Phoenix.
What?
This
Okay.
particular one is a scimitar, and all of them are said to be made out of a orange metal which glints as if on fire.
Oh, heck, so much to write. Orange metal.
Or at least part of them made out of that metal.
God of scale.
If I mention any of the freshly cut names as a boar, do they ring a bell?
Yes.
Or does he know what the names are about?
He recognizes a couple of the names as people he knew here. He does not recognize all of them.
Does he know why names are engraved on there?
Most
He
likely
can make a
fallen.
history or religion check to see if he remembers.
Let's do religion or history, right?
Yep.
I'll go with religion because that's a +3. Roll d20 plus a 3. Apparently, shit.
But
He doesn't really know. He remembers Pethron saying something about it, but right now it kind of escapes his memory. He's a bit frazzled and shaken by
I'm
seeing
gonna go back to the blue guy in the chair.
what's essentially his home having been destroyed.
What do the names mean on
By the same fucking cultist who took Abby's weapon. So, boy's pissed, sad,
Abby?
extremely heartbroken.
I can take a guess what they mean, but I'm gonna go ask
Yeah.
Efron.
Alright, well, Agnes bustles out to go ask the man in the chair who has already asked to be left alone. What do you guys do?
What about the inner courtyard? Have we explored in that?
You look in there, and there appears to be actually, with Savangal's role, the sort of windows which line the inner side of the courtyard have been broken. So broken from, and I will draw this so I don't confuse you or myself, from here inwards like that.
So the glass is on the inside of the building.
Yes, the glass is on the inside of the building.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so they've been pushed in, essentially.
Yeah.
Can we figure out what by?
Force.
What kind of force?
What
Thing
enough
with a
force to
large
shatter
spiky
glass?
tail.
That's a quantifier, not a qualifier.
All right, Sophie. Go shatter some glass. In fact, I'll go shatter some glass, and you'll tell me exactly what tool I used to shatter it.
Okay. You could have just said that you can't tell.
You did.
I'm
Anyway.
sorry.
No.
I go and
No.
We've all meant business.
I
Magic,
ask Benthlon,
but...
where did they go?
Oh, I'm playing the wrong character for magic.
Seems you are not able to leave a half-tooth their wishes.
What did he say?
He said, it seems you're not able to leave a half-tooth to their wishes.
A half-tooth to their wishes.
He wished to be left alone.
Oh.
But we...
Motherfucker,
Just
I
stop
don't want to
this.
leave you fucking alone due to the fact that our home just got fucking destroyed. I'm saying this out of character. Damn it. I'm upset right now.
I just
We
put
wish...
a hand
The
on
ones
Boar's
which
side.
survived went after them.
Which way did they go?
I don't know.
Why did you stay?
I failed. And so, I await the one thing left for me. A good death.
What do you mean you failed, Fenthon? Boy's starting to tear up a bit. Because Cornell's starting to tear up a bit.
Agnes is looking at Borders like, what the fuck do you think he did? Why ask that?
Perhaps this is the last lesson I shall impart to you. I left my post to help those who I thought needed it. They were attacking the outer wall. I was assigned to guard the relic room. As you know, we take turns in doing so.
Yep.
Me and 4 others. However, we heard the sounds of combat. They didn't seem like they were losing or winning.
We fought these cultists before.
We haven't. We didn't know what was happening. I decided I would go. I left my post. I saw the fighting. There was a handful of them. More than them than us. But a couple of them was a match for one of us. I joined the fight. I could not bear to see my brethren fall. Were able to fight them back. Mostly. However, this seemed to be what they had wanted and planned. Although it was a victory here in this courtyard, we lost some. Far fewer since I joined. But upon our return to the relic hall, those 4 who I was meant to stand with plotted, and the hall plundered.
did what you
And so, those who survived went after them. And I now sit here, awaiting the only thing left. A good death.
How long ago was
Just give it
this?
up.
He kind of glances at the bottles around him. Couple weeks.
You did what you thought was right.
What I did was abandon my post. I caused the fall of this temple.
You did nothing of the sort.
Nothing of the sort. I left my post out of cowardice.
You did
Cowardness.
it to help others.
I wouldn't call cowardness going after the enemy when you think your friends are in danger.
Afraid to let others' choices affect them. I could not bear to let them die, even though they were ready to die. They were ready to lay down their lives for this temple, and I could not let them. My own fear would not let me. And in my actions, I allowed the temple to fall. If I had not left, I do not think they would have got into that room. Sure, we may have lost more. But the temple, what we stood for, would have survived. We would have remembered them. But instead, now look at this place. I await my death. If you do not give it to me, I ask that you leave. He collapses into the chair.
See, I'm glad I'm not the only person with that one. Like, okay, anyways. For those who chat who can't read, Jam just said different character would offer to kill them then and there and then start the barbecue, but
Otherwise, it is a waste of meat, yes? So we kill him, barbecue.
I will point out, when he says a good death, he does not mean to just let you kill him.
I don't know. A good death is a death. I don't see the difference.
I think he means as honourable.
As in, a challenge to which a better combatant can beat him.
I understand this.
I know Misha wouldn't.
Sure, would just be like, a death's a death. You die, we
Let
eat
us not
you.
cross
everyone's
universes anymore.
Lucian went to kill these guys for his cause. Now Boar's the same path as Lucian right now. I want these fucking cultists dead.
Alright.
So
Yeah, I had hoped that maybe the people of your temple would be somewhat wise. So what do you want to do?
I say we leave. There's not, unless there is anything else we can gain from being here. And while this man waits for whatever comes through that door to kill him, we can go out and do something about this group.
just hear it whispered in my ear, don't go underground.
Oh, there is one thing I'd like to do real quick. Maybe whilst this is going on.
Certainly.
Since we've already fought the cultists and we have maybe a vague idea of the different hierarchies through their clothing, I assume they have different clothing. I don't
They
know.
have a few different tells, yeah.
I'm going to attempt to look for those of higher ranking to see if they have for corpses of those of higher ranking to see if they have any
bits of paper on them and letters, even just any little trinkets that might give us anything to go on.
As you search sort of through the pile of rotting corpses, you begin to get the idea that they did not die here, and that they were moved here by the other monks the other followers of Cord who would have also been in this temple. And you get the feeling that they have pretty much cleaned this place out. This is, for at least the time being, no longer a home. And they had time to search these bodies. Anything of use or of interest has been taken. Now, do you do this whilst the conversation is happening or after?
I'll do it whilst, I'll be doing it until I made my comment.
Which was your comment again?
Oh, I commented that I had thought the people of his temple would be wise, and then I asked Boar what he would like to do.
Yeah.
I don't know what else we could get from this place that may give us a clue to them.
You don't even know this group's name.
Boy just starts looking for anything he can find right now. Anything, Strata, Hope. He just starts looking.
What time of day is it right now?
Probably about 4, nearing 5 at this point, with the time spent investigating.
Benton? If you won't deal with this, at least let us try. Do you know of anything?
I'm not stopping you.
I want to fucking yell.
Very helpful.
I want to cry.
Thank you.
What do you expect? They weren't exactly chit-chatting with us.
But you said others went after them,
They did.
and you just let them? Just decided to stay here?
You know very little of our religion, Missy.
Your point?
All that I know is I believe they are somewhere towards the kingdom of Adelaide.
Thank you.
Some were talking about going through the Traveller's Woods. Others mentioned Accent Drift.
Thank you for the information. I
Boy's
hope
just
your
looking
warrior's death
everywhere to see if he can find something, at least. A relic,
sort of
messages,
something?
anything. Just anything, dude. I
Oh,
don't know how to
final
be...
investigation.
Boar's not here right now. He's off in the temple, right?
Boar's off fucking searching for something. A clue, at least. Dice, please be nice. God fuck damn it.
As before, everything of value, whatever of value, be it monetary or emotional, has gone. It is a raided and broken house.
Boy starts walking out of the temple.
Any comment from my shadow bestie?
Sorry.
At all during this?
It's remarkably solid.
unlike you, to be quiet.
Hey Nate, can I start looking for the bodies of the monks and start burying?
You haven't
They've
seen my
already
bodies.
been buried.
Oh, they already have. Never. Oh yeah, it's been fucking weeks. Sorry.
Before Bor gets back, I'm gonna walk up to Pethron, was his name, right?
Mm.
Someone who left his post and let his brethren die, you seem pretty willing to let everyone else who's left charge off, quite possibly to their deaths.
It is their choice. I will not make the same mistake again.
Doesn't look like there's much of a post to keep if that's what you're doing.
I am not keeping a post.
He's waiting to die.
Well,
One of you gets it.
well, that's just stupid. Waiting to die? That's... That... What?
I will admit, if he wanted it that much, he would have gone into the forest and just found the nearest thing.
Have you completely
That's not
abandoned
the right
me?
kind of
You
death.
have.
Found the nearest thing. I could find the nearest thing. It would
Sure.
not give me a good death.
And you're gonna get it just sitting here?
Well, I've already had a few challenges.
A good death
None
is a
were
one
up
of
to the
honor.
task.
A good death is a one of honor. This is not honorable.
Boy, out of fear and anger. Do you want one?
Are you willing to try and give me one?
Let's go.
Or,
Oh,
No,
dear.
hands are up. Fuck it. No, fuck this.
Anna looks up at you from his seat.
There's tears starting to form. For a man I sat and respected, and still do to this day, to hear you say that you're ready to go? No. This is our temple. This is my home. Our home, Fenton. And I'm not just gonna have you sit here, wasting your way on booze, drinking yourself to death. So get up out of that chair and put him up.
or,
I won't let
I'm
the
not
drink
holding
kill me.
back.
or, seriously, think about what you're doing here.
No, stay out of this. Stay out of this.
He's standing in between you two.
No, I'm not.
I'm so
I
tempted
pick
to
him
get
up.
Agnes. No, I was going to get Agnes just to pick him up and just walk away, and he can't do.
I pick Cerno up and I move him to the side.
I resist.
Okay.
Right.
So what do I have to do?
Well, I would say that this is a this would probably fall under that of a grapple check for Boar and being resisted by Sano.
Alright, what
Wait,
do
do I have to
I have to
roll?
make acrobatics then?
Acrobatics or athletics for Sano. That will be a athletics for Boar.
22.
Oh boy. My athletics is actually higher, believe it or not, so... Nah.
Sano, you are picked up by Boar and deposited on the side of the courtyard.
No, this is my emotions getting to me. Yeah, get up.
Kind of just looks through his mat of hair at you.
There's tears in his boy's eyes. He's standing there. Get up. Just keep saying get up.
He continues to sit.
Am I right in thinking you will not fight one of your brethren?
No. I will fight whoever will give me a good death.
And you think Bull will not?
Yeah. And you're totally gonna get a good death, just sitting here, while the rest of your companions are out there DYING!
And if they are dying, it will be, I'm sure, good death.
Huh.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So what's left of your temple and your faith you're willing to let die?
I'm just gonna sit here and drink tea and try not to cry because that's exactly what I'm doing right now.
There is more to my faith than just this temple.
And would that not include the people who have inhabited it for years?
It would include.
I thought the teaching accord taught us to take care of one another, to protect our friends, companions.
Do you really mean that, Boar?
I do.
Then why do you abandon me and Agnes in that battle against the Dark Drake?
Shut the hell up. I'm sorry, okay?
No. Because I'm seeing parallels between you and your master here, and it makes a lot of sense now.
Does it?
He abandoned his post to go fight. You abandoned us to go fight for a greater death, aren't you?
Yeah. Boy, I agree with that.
Ravengill just walks away.
Oh, no.
Do what you want, Boar. Zono's gonna turn around, but before he's going to look back to Pethron. You may have given up on them, but I don't think we have, and he's gonna follow Savangal.
I haven't given up on them. I believe in them.
Sometimes actions are better than beliefs and words. And I'm going to walk away as well.
What's the point in having faith?
Everyone just slowly leaves there. And just Penthron and Boar just looking up at each other.
He's not maintaining eye contact. He's slouched
I'm
in the
just
chair.
looking at him.
Well, if you're intent on doing this, and he kind of pulls himself up somewhat shakingly.
Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum.
Are we all rolling initiative or just Boar?
As far as I'm aware, just Boar.
Think those two.
Fight, 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 fight.
Thanks,
Yeah.
on.
You're dead. No one can hear you.
Welcome.
Oh, I'm not looking forward to doing this. I was hoping this was going to be on better circumstances, but honestly, what Savangal said is true.
Roll initiative, please, Boar.
Yeah, let's do this. That's fine. Roll a 3. Roll a d20. Plus a 3. 14.
All right.
Oh shit.
You get first move.
Fuck. I'm doing this out of sheer anger and sadness right now. I wipe away my tears. And I guess I run up and try to clock him directly in the face. Roll
Alright.
d20 plus 6 to hit. I don't know. Fuck. 18?
18 hits.
Roll d6 plus 3. Roll 1d6 plus 3. 8.
All right.
And it's me running full straight up to him. I don't care if I have 10 feet of movement. This is me full running up and punching directly in the
You run forwards, curl a fist, and whack straight around the face. His head straight straight to the sort of side of the face. His head kind of snaps to the side, and his eyes sort of dart up at you. He's still sort of swaying slightly, the impact not seeming to put off the sway. There seems to be a small glint of something in his eyes.
And I guess after the Superman punch, I'm going for that fucking rebound. 15?
15 is not enough to hit him.
Okay.
As you go for a secondary swing, he all of a sudden just lurches out of the way, and your fist just passes harmlessly.
Okay. I'll try to I'll try to nail him with the heel of my foot then. 25.
25 does hit.
Okay. 6.
All right. The sort of burst of speed of his own movement in the sort of drunken sway, you're able to just, while still maintaining the spin, lift your leg up and just catch into the side of him with your heel. One arm did come down to catch it. Would you catch it so it wasn't a hit that you'd like, but it was a hit nonetheless.
Okay. Alright. I get ready for my beatings. Alright.
He kind of stumbles backwards before lurching forwards with a flurry. Actually, no, just with 3 blows. Let's see. We have with a miss, a hit, and a hit.
Okay. This is very awkward because there's no music.
There is music.
There is music.
Plus, you guys are just gone.
You take 14 points of damage as you're able to dodge out of the first sort of drunken swing, but the second sort of catches you off guard, and the third also just kind of quickly follows succession. The drunken swaying is still happening, but it seems to be almost... originally it seemed to be to a rhythm, but now it's seemingly getting sort of out of sync and harder to notice.
Shit.
What he's going to do next. Or your turn.
Should I just say fuck it and release the fucking fury? I'm gonna say fuck it and release the fury. 13.
Hit, miss, hit, miss. So 2 hits.
Roll 2d6 plus 6, right? Because it's double the damage die, yeah.
Ooh.
Oh my fucking 8.
As you start releasing a fury of blows, your master's hands are able to essentially just catch one of your fists in mid-flight, redirect another. You're able to get a kick in and a secondary punch, but he's seeming to be able to, almost as if getting into more of a groove of things, and you notice in his eyes they appear to be a sort of burning of aggression behind them.
You can just see the sadness in boy's eyes. That's all it is. I don't know how else to communicate. You never taught me, Dad!
All his daddy issues are coming out.
Yeah, pretty much. Anyways, I'm gonna still drink my tea.
Alright. Let me...
I need to take my sweatshirt off for this, actually. Hold on. Very hot. I had to walk all the way to get my minivan today. It's 19 degrees outside, so that's fine.
He's going to make 3 more attacks, and 4 I would like you to
That's
make...
fine.
A
Constitution.
natural 1 Constitution saving throw, because one of those hit.
Con save. What is my Constitution? Constitution is a +1. Roll d20. 16.
All right, you make it. As the sort of two blows go wide, you're just able to sort of catch the third, which hits you, and you're able to kind of shake off the sort of slight seizing of your muscles. And a small smile sort of appears on his face before he takes. He will deal the damage there, and then he will take one more swing at you, which will hit as he expends another key point to do Fury of Blows.
It's alright with me.
Which is, so that is 11 points of damage in total.
So I'm at 24 right now.
And as sort with his last blow, he hits into your side, he just ducks under your arms and steps away.
Attack of opportunity?
He does not provoke one. Due to his unpredictable movements, the sort of punch into the side, as you sort of prepare for an additional blow, he just ducks under your arm in a sort of drunken sway and then just steps back up and continues to sway on the spot further away.
I'll take my fucking 10 feet of movement and I'll just unleash another Fury of Blows on him.
Miss,
two
hit.
of them hit?
One of them hits.
One of them hits? Holy shit. Alright, that's a wasted key point. 6 points of damage.
Alright. He steps forward, swings once. That hits. I'd like you to make another Constitution saving throw, please.
Ooh.
Alright. As this one swing, as he just kind of steps forward and then just swings below your guard and hits you square in the chest. That would deal d6 plus 3. 7 points of damage.
7.
And you are now stunned. Yeah, just walks past you and collapses back into his chair.
Oi, you fucker.
Go. Will not give me a good death. We have gotten stronger, boar. Not strong enough.
You know, these group of friends I've made, they're pretty cool.
I'm glad for you.
I know I've messed up in the past, but I've made the same mistake you have. I give a bow, and then I try to kick the chair out from underneath his legs because I think it's as funny as hell to do. And I'm just, like, as soon as I like kick the chair, the legs out from underneath the chair, I'm just gonna walk away.
Seemingly not expecting this, as you sweep the chair out from under him, you hear a as he kind of just collapses into some of the glass.
And I dash. I'll spend a key point just to dash.
You going out the door? Because Agnes is still in the door.
Agnes, get out the way!
He is faster than you.
Oh, fuck.
And he only spends 5 feet to stand up.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
So as you're sprinting through the door, you feel a slight tap on your shoulder, and as you turn... Nope.
Uh-oh, no.
You dodge one punch, and then just get gut punched.
I like the idea this is literally just happening right in front of Agnes.
Pretty much. Agnes has just kind of stood there, eyes wide, as Boar's reaching her. You see a hand reach round, tap him on the shoulder. He looks, eyes wide, ducking as this hand goes over him, before you just hear him go, "Oh!" as another fist just hits him into the side.
For how much?
That will be for 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. Holy shit! I'm on 9.
9.
That's fine. I'm fine with
Nine.
this. Okay.
Been a while since you've been able to do that.
Well, at least I tried. I look at him with a smile, but kind of wiping the blood off as well.
The fury in his eyes seems to have disappeared, although he still has a rather somber face.
Boy still looks like he's gonna cry, but he has a smile on his face because, man, that hurt, but damn, was that fun.
You notice that there's like a few bruises sort of forming where you punched him, but he doesn't look too much worse for wear.
How much HP was he on, Nate? I need to know this.
65.
65?
5.
Oh.
That
If
was
you
not
two
a
had
one-on-one encounter.
playing,
Fenthron, is there any information that you can relay on us that the other monks said after moving the body? Anything?
I've already told one of you what I know. But perhaps you're right. Perhaps a good death will not find me here.
No. I'd offer you to come along with us.
No.
I figured. We'll do our best to try to get the relics back. I can't do both voice right now. I'm just gonna sit and drink tea. That's fine.
You'll do the memory of the temple proud.
Then I walk off.
if you two are done having your play fight, can we go now?
That
Kind of tilts his head, and a small smile creeps across his face towards Agnes. If that was a play fight, do you think you could give me a good death?
Nope, and I grab Agnes and I start walking away. Nope.
Well, you see a sort of like playful
Nope.
smile appear on his face before it quickly kind of goes back to the somber.
I pick up
If
Agnes.
I pass, cross again.
You can put me down, boy.
I put Agnes. No, you know what? I'm just gonna keep walking.
it
Oh
won't
my
be
God.
forgotten. Your temple.
What was that, sorry, Abby?
It won't be forgotten. Your temple.
Mm-mm.
The temple is of concern.
During the fight, we would have quickly explained it to Amara and Karan.
Oh, Karan's still outside the gate, just sort of not sat, but in like a sort of awkward crouch on the steps, sort of just going, I stairs.
How do?
Cry the fuck. Why are they in nature?
But anyways,
Lol.
Boar starts walking.
Can you put me down now?
I get to the bottom of the steps and then I do it.
I like how you didn't even let me answer.
Nope. Nope. Because you saw what he did to me.
Yes.
Wheelchairs have only been invented by gnomes.
I saw what he did to you, and anyone with common sense would have known before you even started trying not to fight him. Anyway, if I was going to try and kill him, I'd burn the place down. Trust me.
I give Agnes the discern look of don't you fucking do it or you'll be on the ground.
I won't do it a second time, don't worry.
You know what? We'll leave the conversation there. And I walk off. I go up to Savangal and I get on my knees and I bow in front of her and say, I am extremely sorry for what I've done.
Well, that's new.
Savinga just looks at him very confused since this is not.
Savinga.
Pats him on the head.
Okay, I have been pat
Could
by
we
the cat.
hear
This
the
is all good.
fighting from down at the bottom of the stairs?
Yeah, I would assume you were probably with Karan then, who was, as I said, sort of just...
Defect.
just like, why?
Yeah.
Why? I avoid civilization for reasons.
This poor stomach court, by the way.
You probably could have heard some of the fighting. Most likely, you would have heard the chair being pulled out from underneath him and the sort of shattering of some glass.
And then loud.
Yeah, as sort of Boar got the
So
wind knocked out of him.
He's going to whisper to whoever's next to him, who's probably not Karan, so he probably would have been standing to one of his actual party. He would have gone, I wonder how hard he actually hit him. Seeing Boar just bow down and apologize, which is something a little more mature than we've seen from Boar.
Oh yeah! Character
As
development,
someone
guys.
who's
Character development.
As someone who's had a mentor, probably pretty hard.
Arsene instinctively rubs part of her head.
As someone who's been a mother, very.
You see Agnes
Rebel,
lifting
it's
the belt.
okay.
What
Rebel,
kind of
it's okay.
mentors and parents did you guys have?
Sorry, but
I keep forgetting you didn't have.
Rebel, no, it's just the train. Okay,
Oh no.
That's fine.
Oh no.
I mean, you had your dad.
Yeah, no.
He,
He made sure I
To be
learned my
fair-
lessons in other ways.
oh,
I was gonna say, to be fair, they're also druids, so you know he can just scare the heck out of him by turning into one hell of a scary creature. So
oh.
Is Penthron on his way down the steps?
he doesn't appear to be. If you hang around, you might see him. But
There wasn't anything from this you wanted.
I mean, I got my ass handed to me, so I think that's what we call it for the day.
I see.
So where do we head now?
Right, so
I pick
Penton,
up
I think
Cerno, put him on my shoulder.
Penton was telling me that
Okay,
they
so
were headed
we're
to
going
Adelaide. So how
No, we're
about
gonna go.
what? Sorry?
Going to Action Drift, right?
Yes. So how about up the river, Axon Drift, up to Midford, and then on to Adelaide? I believe Midford is part of the Kingdom of Adelaide, actually. So maybe they're near
Okay,
Midford.
cool. But first things first, Cerno, where's your mentor at? Or dad?
We might be able to find him along the river. For now, let's just focus on getting out of the wood and back to our cart.
Let's go. Oh yeah, the birds! I
hope they're not
Boy,
dead.
when everyone else is like starting to head out, Boy like quickly runs like a child, about ready to go to tell their parent bye dad. I open up the door to the temple, see Fenthorn sitting there.
well, I mean, the door to the temple can't entirely be opened. It already is, but
That's the sentiment.
It can't be
Just a
opened
little
because it
bit.
can't be closed.
Anyways,
pretty much. But
Anyways,
he seems to have shouldered the pack and is in the process of walking towards the gate.
and I say to him, "Thank you. I needed that."
He just kind of shrugs. I shall go
And if
seek a good death elsewhere.
If we ever cross paths again, I hope this
Perhaps.
time it'll be on good terms. And I won.
All right. You run back down the stairs. You know what? Make a
Do
dex
I have
check
to-
for me.
Wait, I was about to ask, do I have to make a check about rolling down the steps? Is it dexterity check?
Yeah.
That's a +3.
I would
You know
like to
what?
add,
Why not?
Cerno would have hopped off Boar's shoulder.
Oh no, yeah, Bo would have gladly put him down. That is a 16?
All right, so as Boar's running down the steps, a loose stone sort of catches and slides underneath his feet.
Damn him.
You see his eyes sort of widen as he tumbles forwards into a very nice roll, and he is able to pick up and keep on running down the stairs, maintaining his momentum. Looking like he didn't really hurt himself at all until you noticed the slight trickle of blood from near one of the ears, but that's beside the point.
Didn't knock himself unconscious this time.
Wait, did I do that
Back to
last time
session.
I was trying to parkour off something?
Yep.
Session 2
Oh,
of this
yeah.
campaign. You knocked
Just-
yourself unconscious. You're on low health.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah! Anyways.
Yeah.
Shall we start our journey back, I guess?
Adventure.
One
And I start
request.
walking to where I think the cart is.
One request. Can we please avoid that tower?
Yeah. Yes. Please. With every fiber in my being, yes.
Or, before you go, let's actually see if
Yep.
the direction you're heading is the right direction. Wild shape, ape form, up into the trees. To the top.
Roll a perception check, son.
Do I need to roll anything, or I'm just gonna start walking in a random direction?
24?
So, you notice that Boar is currently walking north. Do you want to be heading south? Southeast.
Cerno will.
Boy, the other way!
Cerno's going
okay.
Cerno's gonna monkey on down to the to a lower branch where they are, and he's gonna go and he's going to point in the direction Boar was going, shake his head, and point in the other direction and nod his head.
I thought you said
Boy's
east.
gonna listen to the ape and go that way.
I think what he's trying to say is, you're an idiot.
There's no figuring
And he's
this
gonna
out.
go, yeah, maybe. And and as they're going, Cerno will continue in his ape form until they make way, until they finish for camp, or until his wild form's up, actually.
Okay. Why don't you make a survival check for?
Me?
Yeah.
All
Just
right.
leading the charge.
Okay. And that's an 11?
Go on. Go with advantage.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
12!
Well, slightly better.
We've been rolling shit well.
Hey, I got a
I've
24.
been
I'm happy
rolling
with the
shit,
perception. I knew you were going in the wrong direction, at least.
I mean, that's fine with Boy. Boy's happy now. He's sad, he's pissed, he knows exactly what the fuck he's doing. His plans are to murder people now.
And
Boys
what
is
does
fine.
Cord have to say about that?
Fuck Cord, I'm going to murder people who hurt my family. So,
This can only go.
Yep.
joking.
Alright.
100%. I'm wanting to get
Uh-huh.
things back.
Hun, I know you. You're not joking.
Yeah. All right. So, Cerno, with a little bit of guidance from Karan, who seems to be tiring slightly of the zigzagging which you guys have been doing, you are directed through the jungle. It is only a couple of hours travel before you have to make camp. It is in a different spot. And you kind of noticed that probably realized wrong music.
I
That's
can't
pretty
hear it.
epic for what's happening. There we go. That's a bit better. As you so as you're traveling, you notice that, well, a familiar, well, now beginning to get familiar falcon is occasionally sort of darting off between the trees before flying back and resting on Karan's shoulder for a little while before darting off in a different direction. She seems slightly more relaxed, although her hand still rests upon the hilt of one of her swords. However, the path through the jungle is a different one to which you've taken, and the vines, however, still continue to twist and turn sort of around your feet and attempting to trip. You come to probably a decent spot to set up camp. She kind of gestures and goes, "Here seems good enough. Unless you want to try and make it through the night, which I don't recommend."
I should be able to spell this.
Yeah, I think
This is
setting up
neither
camp
bad.
has been the right choice so far. One night won't kill us. Hopefully.
I shall make a campfire then.
Nice. Let's set up camp, guys. Okay. And then onwards and upwards.
Yep.
Where we set up camp, I suppose.
Alright, well, as you guys sort of set up camp, Karan yet again gathers fire, puts it nicely in the center, crouches as best a horse can crouch, seems to whisper a few words before fire springs to light. Pulls back and settles down in a place which she's trampled down, almost in a dog-like fashion of sort of walking in circles before lying down.
Night Eyes does that.
She kind of shrugs slightly.
Mm.
It's more comfy.
That's very true.
Dano's gonna take a short rest, sort of off on his own for a little. So he gets back his wild shapes.
Certainly. Anything anyone else is doing?
Boar is going to go off a little bit by himself and just raid a chord and ask what he thinks he should do next.
Alrighty.
Okay, so, watch order. Who wants to do what watch, guys?
Watch is probably a good idea.
Oh, I was saying that out of character. That seems not that joyful. Yeah, could do, well, 3 watches, 4, wait, how many people do we have? I lost count. 3, 4, 4 seems good.
I know Agnes said she will do a watch.
I will certainly take one.
Let's go in pairs again, I think. I don't know.
Can I do my
I'll
watch
see.
with Amara?
Oh,
Can I do my watch
yeah.
with Cerno?
Alright.
So I guess that leaves Karan and Elsie, or Agnes actually. Elsie and Agnes. And Night Eyes, obviously.
And Karan. So we've got Bo and Amara, Sano and Savangal, and the other 3?
Yeah,
Or 5, I guess, including Night Eyes and Dayron, if he bothers to wake up.
What about Almea?
Yeah, Dayron and Night Eyes, they get their own little watch now.
No, I refuse to let mine know. He's smart. He's smart but easily distracted.
That doesn't surprise me.
Just like
I
his
feel
owner.
like a cat at times.
I would honestly die for Night Eyes. I'm just gonna say that here now. If it comes down to me or Night Eyes is living.
Sound of scratching pencil. Oh, really? What else would you like to tell the DM?
Okay, so what are we rolling again?
Well, it
Perception.
seems to be we're having the watches of Born Amara, Sano and Savangal, and Agnes, Arsene, and Karan.
Sophie, don't give Nate ideas.
Always have to
Oh.
So that'll be Born Amara if you would like to roll perception checks, please.
Yeah.
Perception. Perception. Roll a d20 plus, I believe that is a 2. Right? Persuasion, perception is a +2. I see. Well, that. Oh my god! Why?
What's
You know what?
happened?
Boy's distracted. That's fine. Boy
Your
just takes a
curse is
nap.
back.
That's fine.
I am free of
You know,
mine.
Amara, Bor's been in that meditation pose for quite a while. He must be in real deep meta. What's that? Is that snoring?
This is fine.
He seems to have relaxed a bit too much.
Or that punch knocked something out of him.
There's been a lot of emotions going on. He's gone. He's done with it.
God
Bor,
damn.
I was going to say, Bor is awake for part of it. There's any conversation which is wanting to happen.
So, how'd you learn how to fight?
Various occasions taught me well. Some more unfortunate than others.
You want to spar?
He says,
Sure.
beaten, bloodied, and bruised.
Very.
Sure, when you're more well
Big
rested.
smile. I mean, I can go for a round or two right now. That's fine. Sparring with my 9 HP.
I'm done causing unnecessary harm.
I would like to say if we can retroactively do this, that the cat, when she pats him on the head, does cast healing words.
He was busy with
How
the doggy.
benevolent am I feeling?
Very benevolent because she's your
Give Nate
girlfriend.
ideas.
No, don't give Nate ideas. Shut up, Odd.
Yes,
You're
you can
dead.
cast cure.
Now here's a way you could kill us, but here's a way you
I was
could
gonna say-
torture us.
I was going to say, Q you have got in the bag. Torture, now that is something else.
That is a story for
Yes,
a
you can
different
cast
game,
cure. You can cast healing word on them. Perhaps.
Yay, thank fuck.
You want to roll that healing as well.
Well, this is
Yay,
good.
it's a good one.
7.
Yay!
Guess what? I think
26.
I could win a fight with 17 HP. I think I can.
Hell yeah.
I've seen. Let's go.
So, are we doing this now?
No. Fuck no. In the morning before we leave. That
Okay.
sounds.
Could you tell
Like
me
fucking early
more
after
about
breakfast.
your temple?
Yeah, and I go on spewing everything about how life
Alright.
was, how much Fenthor, like how I respected he was,
Send
Well,
me
a
like
the
couple-
his
details.
battle with
everything.
alcoholism, just everything I can. In the
Okay.
fight.
The couple of blows to the head seems to have caused Bor to recount a few things he was unable to recount due to and just probably pure shock earlier in the day. He does go on to explain about the temple. The relics were collected over time. One of them had been essentially there since the founding of the temple, and it was essentially taken as a sign to that was where a temple two-chord should be made. The fact that it's gone is probably the reason why they're sort of like, well, we're just going to all go and find these things and then just set up a new home. He is able to recall that essentially the names on the bricks are to do with the fact that it's sort of very much we build upon what those four left behind for us. So with each generation that passes on, their names get added, and so it just slowly builds up and builds up on this wall. And then a lot of other normal monkey stuff.
Yeah.
Monkey stuff?
Monk.
Oh, I heard monkey.
I know, right?
Are we just- Are we
I did
monkeying
say
around
monkey,
now?
but I am clarifying as in monk-like stuff.
I heard it too.
That's because I said it.
We're
Congratulations, your
just
ears
monkeying
work.
monkeying around. It's alright.
Amara's making more friends.
Yay!
Friends.
You're gonna die soon. It's alright.
Pretty
That's
much.
what happens
For
when you
now.
make friends. Yeah, anyways. Okay. We're done
Alrighty.
with this conversation.
Your watch comes to an end, and Spore awakens from his
wait,
deep
what did
meditation.
What did I see anything other than boar?
Oh shit! I forgot the 20. Amara, you do notice that the ever so friendly Ranger Centaur's falcon, probably an hour or so into your watch, kind of makes its way out into sort of like a slightly more cleared area before taking off and disappearing throughout
Do I
the
see her
trees.
return?
Just like
You do not see the falcon return, no.
Can I tell someone on the next watch that the falcon has gone? So
You
that they
certainly
can watch
may.
out for it? Okay, I will tell Savangal because I know her better.
All right,
Alrighty.
I'll keep an eye out.
Thank you. How long into the watch was it, sorry?
Only about an hour into the watch. Alright, so it is now Cerno and Savangal.
I'm awake. I'm awake.
I take over Suno's tent because
Hey, Bob, that's my tent. Ow!
Nope. Go sleep.
Bob, my
Go watch.
tent. Ah, let me out.
Cerno just finds himself in
Help!
his pajamas outside his tent.
Suffocating. Help! So much hair.
You should be used to it.
And for the rest of the shift, Cerno is just pulling hair after hair out of his mouth.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Gross.
Tastes like blood. Yeah.
And I think I taste a bit of shame.
Shame in there.
Ooh,
All right.
and some
So
salt.
perception.
Yes.
Right, and that is a 7.
Oh dear.
Neither of you see any sign of Almea, the falcon. Neither of you see any sign of much, to be perfectly honest. It's a relatively calm night, and you're beginning to get less unnerved by the sort of movements caused by the jungle around you. It's almost not familiar nor comforting, but the sort of reassurance of you at least sort of know what is happening sort of thing. Yeah, so like you know what it is, and so you can quell the sort of fears sparking up in your mind. However, most of your watch is uneventful.
I feel like this is relative to the group chat right now. Hold on.
And when his watch is done, Sana will wake up Arsene and kick them out of their tent.
That fucking. My.
It seems to be becoming musical tense.
It's fine. None of us own these anyway.
Savangal telepathically tells Night Eyes what Amara told her.
Alright.
You know what? Yeah, sure. Night Eyes just keeps his mind open to you guys and find out anyway. Kill a fairy
Arsene,
dragon.
during your watch, Night Eyes tells you of this really weird dream he had about.
What?
About
what?
just disappeared.
He tells you about this really weird dream he was having. And essentially recalls what Savangale recalled to him, but he is somewhat strong in the belief that it was a dream.
I think you shouldn't eat ham right before bed.
Not gonna. Aww.
Maybe give it a few hours.
Sniffle, sniffle, puppy dog eyes.
Or just less rotten fruit. No rotten fruit.
He kind of perks up at the words rotten fruit and sort of starts looking around as if to say, where?
No. Okay,
Alright.
well, if you're gonna look for rotten fruit, and I switch to telepathy, maybe keep an eye out for your dream hawk.
Kind of tilts his head, nods, and then off he goes. Arsene and Agnes, if you would like to roll perception checks, please.
Stuck on what truth? Okay.
Quran
Perception.
also roll her.
This is a great game in telephone.
I love it. This is the best
Chinese whispers,
telephone.
anyone?
Yeah, we call it different things. The worst whispers.
Alright. Agnes?
Oh no.
Jam's having a bit of a brain fog.
Okay. Roll for Agnes. What is Agnes's perception?
Oh, what it is. +2.
Slash 1d20 plus 2. Agnes. Agnes gets an 18. I rolled another 16. Just because. Okay.
Do you mind?
God damn it, roll 20.
Alright.
Are you not entertained?
Peanut Gallery Odd is best Peanut Gallery Odd.
Thank you.
Wait, I rolled a
I'll try.
17 earlier. Okay.
Odd, you're doing way better job of being the cheerleader than I ever did.
Once again, I try. And glad
Clearly.
that I entertain someone. The
Alright.
peanut gallery behind me, though, is another story. Anyway.
Alright, so, during your watch, you're sort of, well, actually, what are you doing? Are you just sat there staring off into the darkness?
Yep.
Alright.
I don't want
So
to.
Karan sort of like every now and then just attempts to start at least a small bit of conversation, but I assume just essentially gets ignored or the sort of, yeah, sure, whatever. Sort of
It's
replies.
like it's very passive aggressive because I'm still upset about the other time. Okay,
Alright.
those two can talk. I'm still.
Talks.
What was it
I'm
that happened that she was upset about again?
I became the priority. I didn't like it.
Oh, okay.
But she was told she was the priority at any rate.
Mhm.
Alright, so she sort of does or at least attempts a bit of small talk. You know, sort of like, so, what caused you guys to end up traveling together?
It all started in West Bel Air. One little fight, and all of our parents got scared. So,
Oh my god.
Oh god. Oh, are you okay? Oh, wait for Jab. I see your Jab's okay too.
Well, I mean, Arsene can answer as well if she wants.
No, Arsene doesn't. But I don't want to just leave it so.
Arsene's going to answer yes.
Arsene answers yes. No, it's fine. So it's a sort of like, so how did you guys group up, why are you wandering the land, sort of now chasing after cultists? What caused you to, and then sort of going on from there to probably poking into territory, I assume probably doesn't get much information from sort of like, so what caused you to start adventuring in the first place, family, home, that sort of stuff.
All the good details, the juicy shit.
Dude just gets the straight up, none of it. Just. How tall are you? Thanks, up. Second that one. I say in response to, and this is the lack of, in response to that question.
So Agnes explains, basically, she's not one there anymore. Now we're adventuring.
Well, perhaps one day you'll be wanted there again. All right. So.
Tape.
He kind of raises an eyebrow. That doesn't really much fun.
Did you just say Regana?
She raises an eyebrow but does not press any further.
Okay. I'm stuck in
A
a
giant
different
owl
world.
swoops down and eats you all whole.
Regana!
No, we're not crashing any more universes into this one.
No. Please, no.
Enough player characters already exist in this world. God, the chaos you would all cause.
Oh God, can we?
No.
Some semblance of control is still needed.
Somehow I don't
Would I
think
be
Lucy
killing
and
half
Bo
of the other
together.
This is out of character. Would I be killing the other party members?
Oh god.
Or want to kill the
God
other
sake.
player characters? Okay.
All right, throughout
Anyways.
your watch, you guys
Won't kill him yet.
notice that that the falcon does actually return. To which about 20 minutes later, Arsene, Night Eye sort of lands on your head and proudly tells you that he saw the falcon in his dreams.
I'm so proud.
And then it ignored him. So sad.
Oh, it's okay.
Aww.
Doesn't deserve your attention. Too good for it.
Too good for this world.
Cough.
So, cough and not allowed. Just cheering him up as best I can.
All right. No worries, Jam. So with that, and also, you guys do hear like the sort of sound of breaking sticks somewhere in the distance, as if a couple people are perhaps walking through. However, as you sort of tense, and Krantz also looks around, hand going towards weapon, the sound sort of slowly disappears, as if they're just walking away.
And just keep my eyes, because this is a thing again. I know it mustn't be comfy with so many legs, but I don't like it.
Well, as the sound disappears and sort of fades away, she relaxes and returns to just staying on watch as well.
Never mind, I
Oh,
misunderstood.
With that long rest we had, I'm going to attune to the marksman's bow.
Okay.
Marksman's shot.
Cerno will have passed the marksman's bow along to Boar at some point through their travels. Because he can't use it, so no point in him keeping it.
I think that's helpful.
Alright. It is passed upon to Boar.
I am attuned to the bow now. Woohoo!
Alright. So, the morning comes, and your relatively restful sleep finishes.
Oh boy.
For some, resting in a strange land is easier than others.
That's not fair.
I'm up bright and early.
This isn't my tent.
We all
You've
share the
only
tent
two,
now,
big boy.
so no.
I've got a dog in here and he just yawned. God damn.
No.
Good boy.
Meanwhile, my dog's barking at nothing.
Mine are probably asleep knowing them.
Mine is outside currently picking fights with the neighbor dogs that are on their walks.
That sounds about
like
right.
you do. Sona would like to ask Karan if she could help guide their way out of the forest, or help him guide their way.
I certainly could, yes. I believe that was one of the reasons why you wanted me to come along, was it not? No?
Oh yeah! Wild form. Up into the trees, get a sense of bearing, and go in the right direction.
Alright, let me check what her survival is. Okay.
I'm assuming it
not bad.
better be pretty high.
Oh yeah, me and Amara are gonna fight.
Oh yeah.
Not now.
As the tents are being packed up and Boar and Amara sort of start to square up to each other, it's just a as a arrow flies in between them, and you see that Karan has bow out, and Zora looks at them and goes, "Be best if you wait until after we get out of the jungle."
She has a point.
I wasn't the one who suggested this.
I am fully aware if I had tried that, I would have hit one of them.
You just hear a
Wait.
as a bird just falls out of a tree with an arrow sticking.
Whoops.
Oh.
Or you
Or
just
if you're
have
back
that
to
looks as if to
turn.
go, that wasn't planned.
Wait.
or that's
could
four
I-
natural ones that managed to hit them both at the same time.
Oh yeah.
The arrow somehow splits in midair.
Oh god, remind me.
Wait, hold on.
I'm so sad we didn't get that on stream. Those
I
four
should
natural
have.
ones.
That's what I should have done. I
You
could've
are.
deflect missile.
You
if I
are
got
the
shot
Will
at.
Wheaton of this group.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Both of us. I think
God.
both of us are really bad.
Nope.
I get a lot of ones in the other campaign too, as well.
Who's
But
the
then so does the other
who's
Sophie.
who's the Talers and Jaffe then?
I would.
Who's Thousand Jeffy?
My
Oh.
icon.
Everyone has yet to see.
He's
We'll
amazing.
talk about Critical after our campaign. We're not promoting
Wait.
another D&D
He's
campaign.
not a member of the
Is he-
Illuminati. He is the Illuminati.
Besides the other two.
Wait,
I
no.
thought I
campaigns we
was.
talk about, which
Oh,
is
wait,
the
no,
challenge
it's-
Do
arrow
I
and
have
Theo.
to make a survival check
is
to
from-
guide our way out?
Yes, please, Cerno. And Taliesin is the one who plays Percy.
Right, okay, got it. I know
Yes,
who
Percy.
Natural 20.
It's the character's name.
Yeah,
Percy,
Percy and
funnily
Taliesin feel like they should be the other way around. Anyway,
Uh-huh.
I know.
Then there's
Okay.
Molly Mork.
alright, as Karan sort of like retrieves the arrow Sono, you know full well which direction to go. You can sense the freedom and your little birds calling. And you start swinging gracefully through the trees before remembering to turn around, go herd everyone, and then continue swinging gracefully through the trees. As the rest of you follow, Karan goes to sort of help direct and then just kind of bites her tongue and lets you do all the leading. And within the rest of the day, you do make it out of the jungle.
As the
From where-
day will have gone on, Cerno will have gotten a little more adventurous with the swinging.
All right.
Like, he's been
Please
very
tell
safe
me.
before.
Hold on. Please, Nate, the only thing I ask of you, when he goes to swing for the next vine, can he get out of wild shape and
No. Don't you dare.
Sono is aware when his wild shape is about to be up, and he can
for
expend an
fuck's
action
sake,
thing. Yeah, I'm
damn
afraid.
it. Okay.
Sorry, with a natural 20, that's not going to happen. Maybe with a 10 or
Yeah,
something.
fuck you. Yeah, I think it'd be funny. I had
I was
my
going to say,
my pain for the day.
I was going to say it would, but unfortunately, I don't think I can justify it with a natural 20,
No, you can't.
especially on survival.
That'd just be ironic.
Pretty much. All right. So, as you kind of breach the tree line, you take in your bearings and your surroundings, and the land is similar to what it was before you went in. But you, after a brief conversation, Karan and Ape Cerno kind of pointing in the direction to the east, and Karan sort of essentially translating, saying, "We are currently more west of where we went into the jungle. I thought, or Zano seems to have thought it would be better that we leave the jungle quicker. We can probably travel quicker grass."
Cerno's
Sure.
bewildered that Karan is Karan actually understanding?
She isn't understanding, she's essentially just saying the most logical thing.
Makes sense.
Cerno actually tries to start a conversation. Wondering, do you actually understand me?
She kind of tilts her head towards you and kind of goes,
And then we'll
I
go
try?
off.
it's very nice weather we're having.
Can boy try to understand monkey Cerno?
And he's gonna turn
Or
around
maybe
and
convince Cerno that he
boom,
understands? Okay, he's gone. Never mind.
to in the direction where we need to go.
All right.
May
So,
I suggest wherever we go next, we avoid the wherever
The
we were
jungle?
before.
Yeah, totally.
No.
Maximus?
Yeah, big explosion. Not a good idea to go back.
It's alright. We're heading north of it.
oh yeah. You did mention an explosion when we first met.
Wait, what?
Did we?
I don't think we did.
Explosion?
You did?
When did we cause an explosion?
You warned me
Insight
that
check.
it had happened.
I don't-
This is the DM. You did warn her
Okay.
of the explosion and stuff going down.
What explosion?
The explosion of the boat.
Over Maximus.
You
Oh.
know, the one that I may have played.
Yeah.
some part in.
So stop flooding back to me now. Sure. What are we going on about?
No, when you first met her and she was about to saying she was heading to Axemouth, you warned her of
Okay.
the fact that that shit had gone down and to be careful in there. You didn't you didn't give if I recall correctly, you didn't say about a ship or people running, but you did say that an explosion happened in the docks. I think that was pretty much all that you told her, and to be careful of stuff because things were going down there.
Yes, we did, didn't we? Yes. Just a heads up, and then she decided to come with us.
Well, I mean, you brought all of her food, and she's only really gained one thing.
Whoops. Yeah, she didn't really get much of a chance to hunt, did she?
Nope.
Whoops. Well, she got that bird I shot.
Oops.
All right.
I did get rid of the spider's head as well. Look, that would have been good to bring back.
You continue on
Oh
your
my
way
god, I found a thing we need for Savangal.
through the
Wait.
grass.
Mm-hmm.
Turn back to where you left your cart.
Savangal immediately says in Sylvan Cockwobbler.
Yes. Just shout
Wait,
it.
Sylvan, right? Is that in Sylvan?
Mhm.
Yep.
Savangal!
What? The bird knows it.
Yes, because of you!
Can I shout out bastard in Draconic?
Yep.
Is this a thing we do? Do we teach the bird?
Yes.
I don't... No. I don't know what you said, but I don't think you should have said it.
I mean,
In Goblin, I'm going to teach the bird racial slurs towards goblins.
Guys!
As all these profanities are being shouted out, Karan
Hang
goes,
on, no. Can I teach the bird to swear in undercommon?
Guys!
Wait, do I know undercommon?
Yeah, I know undercommon.
Agnes!
That's alright.
Wait, does Agnes speak undercommon as well?
I don't know what half of you are saying, but you should not be saying it.
at that moment,
Oh.
you, Sano and Savangal here in Sylvan. Perhaps the bigger issue would be, where is your cart?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh,
Wait, I
wait,
don't
yeah.
know that.
Wait, use the bird!
Wait,
Use
we've
the bird.
arrived at the
That,
car,
she says
haven't
it
we?
in Sylvan. Shh.
I said you arrived at where you left the cart.
Wait,
Shit.
hold on,
Wait.
the birds are there.
Hang on.
Wait, where are the birds? Shit.
My birds
I
are gone.
stopped looking for the birds.
And the horse.
They're gone
The
up.
trunk is gone.
Someone may finally use the trunk.
For free.
It's all gone,
Wait,
isn't it?
all of our shit's gone?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, did we have any gold in the trunk?
No.
I mean, I had
much all used the
nothing
stuff you
anyway,
left.
so.
Do we
I
have
thought we
the
hid
birds,
it.
at least?
No, we just left it
You
out,
did?
didn't we? Oh.
Well, I mean, you
When?
kind of put it. You position. Yeah, the horses are gone. There is no real sign of where it is. I mean,
Any
Yeah.
tracks?
you can search for tracks if you want. I was gonna say you didn't entirely hide it. I mean, you sort of hid it somewhat, but you also put it in a good place for the animals. I mean, it was out of the way, but it wasn't like someone couldn't find it.
Are the birds still there?
There is nothing there. You can
Oh.
roll a investigation check if you want to look for tracks.
Yes.
Investigation.
Investigation?
Oh,
Yeah, two of you can roll it.
One of you
right,
got
who
one of
has
you with the
highest
higher.
investigation?
I have a 3.
Wouldn't it be
Three.
survival?
Zero.
I have a 0. I have a... Yeah, I have a 0.
I was gonna say, me and Savangal both have 3s.
You go for it then.
You know what? No,
I
you
guess I
guys
have
gotta leave this for
5.
the greatest detective. RC,
Oh,
it's gotta
fuck
be
yeah, okay.
It's the greatest detective time. Alright,
I rolled a 4.
I rolled a 10. This is alright.
You're the best
Guys.
detective. Okay, 10 half of 20. We're halfway to blaze it.
Alright. Okay,
Ah,
it's alright.
okay.
Greatest detectives are on it.
Greatest detective, strike again.
In a language Boar recognizes but does not know, just a long chain of what you can only assume vanities comes from Quran. That would be in Orcish, so no one understands, but Boar recognizes one or two of them.
Of course he does.
That was a lot of
His
noises.
master's a half orc.
Uh-huh.
I was more going for the
Yeah,
profanity.
that drunken bastard.
Well, now he's a drunken bastard.
I mean, yeah, I don't blame him. I would resort back to that too. But okay, so we don't have a cart now.
The world's greatest detectives find out that The cart is no longer there.
Guys, we don't have a cart anymore!
The birds are no longer there.
We can't teach the parrot.
The horse is no longer there.
Da da da.
There are a lot of tracks around here,
Shit.
and Arsene is convinced that a lion stole it all.
And then, like, look, Night Eye said he could smell it. He, like, look, I mean, like, why wouldn't a dragon, a lion want a horse? And, like,
Yeah, that thing.
I mean, like, if the horse is attached to the cart, then, like, if the lion wants the horse and tries to drag it away, it takes the cart with it.
Wait,
Agnes,
hold on, I have a question.
I will allow you to roll an investigation.
Can I as well?
Please save us from this.
I said 2, so I'm just gonna bend that slightly and let Agnes.
Yes. Agnes agrees with my lion theory. It makes logical sense.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do any of us have the spell Find Item?
No, I don't.
You haven't seen a lion?
Savangal.
Yes.
You don't have it, do you?
No, I have repair and identify. Mending and identify and message.
Yeah, I have mending and.
No, Nate. This is. Wait, hold on. Could Savangal use Identify to identify exactly what the hell happened? Or is she smart enough to
Does it
know?
work that way?
That is not how the identify spell works. However, she can tell you that the mud has no enchantments on it.
Can't. What about Almea? Would she be able
Wait,
to
how
scout
much-
ahead and see if
Man.
it's gone recently?
Did you blow on these animals?
Hey, one of them's still traveling. You sent the hawk out, didn't you?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, I did. It was the 2 parrots I left behind.
Yeah, and the horse.
And the horse.
Well, she. So try and find
Hey,
it
why
if
do you have
want.
to be a dick?
Night Eye's dope too.
I'm not entirely sure how successful she will be.
What?
Question: is there a range to to what my conjure animals can go out from me?
No, I
Okay.
don't believe so.
Hound dog. Duh.
Let me check.
It doesn't say anything about it, I don't believe.
Let's see.
Abby, if the entire party walks out, we have to be the world's greatest detectives.
Always.
So
It doesn't say anything about having a
No,
limit on them.
No, they are. You have to summon them within the area, but I've try on the spell. They exist for an hour.
Alright. I am going to... Alright. I'm going to cast Conjure Animals. And I'm going to summon a bunch of owls. Like 8 owls.
Alright. They appear in a slight pyramid.
Yes.
Nate's
Before
gonna
you.
try and disguise how happy he is.
He is Taliesin confirmed.
I wish.
I'm gonna
I
ask
wish I
them
was
if they
Taliesin.
can find our horse, cart, and parrots in the area. If they can scan out, and if they find them, come back.
Well, they all flutter off. North, northeast, east, southeast, south, southwest, west, northwest.
Cyrano, couldn't you have summoned like a bunch of wolves also, so that way they can smell the area and like track whichever one has the
This is
scent of
why I
us
said
on it?
hound dog. But no one's ever listened to the obelisk guy.
You're nothing but a hound dog.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, I could summon more of these.
Ah.
You know.
Gran sort of kicks at the dirt and looks around. Whatever tracks might have been left seem to have long gone.
How long were we in the
we can walk.
forest
That's
for?
fine. We're used to this.
3 days? 3 days.
No.
It was
No,
4.
it's 2 days.
4?
Was it? Fuck, they're long gone. That's fine.
3 nights, 4 days. Okay.
I'm gonna miss
That's-
those parrots, though.
So, must have
I
gone
mean,
pretty
someone
quickly then.
somewhere has stolen a parrot that can swear at them in multiple languages, so I think they're regretting their decision.
I mean, to be fair, I'd want a parrot that could do that as well.
Right.
Cerno's just gonna sit on his rump
Note to
and
self.
wait for the spell to either finish or the owls to come back.
Note to self for Abby's birthday: parrot that can swear in multiple languages.
Please.
See, now I'm actually gonna do it. That's the thing.
No.
That's so expensive.
I'm not allowed pets.
There's
Alright.
you need to get one of those toys that's like a little chirping
Yep.
bird.
Yep,
You
yep,
press the button, say something into it, and it can parrot it back.
Yep.
Cerno,
Why not?
roll 8 investigation checks.
For the owl, okay.
D20.
Let me. I'll just roll the 8d20, and then we'll figure out the their plus, if anything. Okay, so.
Wow, a 93 on a d20. You are impressed.
Add creature, wild shape.
Well, you averaged above a 10. That's good.
Ow.
I can't do that.
They
'cause-
have a. We'll allow that to be a perception, so that'll be 3. Right, 18, 16, 21, 18, and 19. Okay. They scavenged the area, and upon their return, about 50 minutes having passed, 3 of them seem to try and draw your attention to the east.
What are you sending me? Oh my god.
Okay, so east. So 3
Should I
of them
do
have
it?
come back and are drawing us eastward.
Just do it.
Yes.
They found something. Let's go. And he's gonna bum 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 bum.
Do it. Wait, are those the ones that? Hold on.
Alright,
Guess
well,
He's
it's
going.
Cerno-
If they're not following, he's going.
I was going to say, Cerno, you wander off, and Corona keeps pace next to you.
Follow after, I guess.
Silent Gal follows.
As does Amara.
Right, the group sort of slowly trails off as you head east, and in the sort of last remaining 10 minutes, they sort of draw your attention to, after probably about 5 or 6 more minutes of walking, they sort of draw your attention to what appear to be wagon tracks with horse hooves along on the inside of them. Seems to be sort of winding and weaving slightly, and it's heading towards the coastal road, but in a direction that seems to be heading towards south.
Oh, going south.
So it sort of heads southeast. Let me grab. So it sort of heads like.
Is it going on the road
That.
toward? Yeah, it's going on the road towards.
It
us,
heads towards the road at an angle, which it's heading towards the mouth.
All right. I'm gonna keep going. I want to try and catch up.
I follow.
Alright, well, you know what? I'll allow you to roll 2 of you to roll survival checks.
My
Ooh, it's not
survival
survival.
is a +2. I have better chance on doing.
My
15.
survival is also +2.
Plus
Guys,
4.
Go on
Just
then,
someone else roll, darn it.
Jam.
I have a +4, and she got +5.
Okay, Sana, you're able to follow and maintain these tracks. Agnes, however, sort of taking a little bit more time to look at them, notices that they've been sort of muddied by probably rain, and they're beginning to sort of, their shape is beginning to change and deform slightly. She kind of looks at them, tests, notices that there's a few older tracks there, and summarizes they're probably 2 days old.
So I have a question, and this is just for the general group. What are we supposed to do when we find our cart with the parrots and everything? Are we just gonna steal it, like thieves?
No.
I mean, it's our car.
No.
I heard yes. Okay, we're
No.
doing that one.
I'm going to castrate
Yep,
whoever took
do
it. Can we keep going?
Well, Agnes informs you that she
Stealing
doesn't think-
this. Stealing the cart sounds preferable compared to that. Jeez.
You stole Sono's pet. Sono's out for blood.
Agnes
Noted, if I ever get back to playing.
Whatever.
doesn't think you guys will be able to catch up.
Well, there goes our favorite bird, damn it.
Sono has been running all this time.
Kran's been doing a light trot next to him.
I've just been walking.
It's gonna kick up the
I
dirt.
hand him. I was about to say, I hand him the axe and be like, "Here, throw this. You'll feel better."
He tucks it.
How far does it go?
Roll
One
s-
foot.
Do I have proficiency
that has to
with
be a
this?
strength check.
Hang on, I'm
Strength
just
check.
checking. Do I have proficiency with? No, I don't. So it's just a straight strength.
Straight strength.
10.
Goes decent. 20 feet or so. Fall into the mud on its side.
I give it a slight round of applause and go get my axe. Like, feel better?
He takes it out of the hand and chucks it again. Another roll.
Yeah, sure.
Please be a nat
Why don't-
one. There we go. That's better. That's better.
As you chuck it again, Karan sort of ducks as the axe goes where her head just was and just kind of looks at you. You want me to leave? Just say.
Sorry.
I'll hold back the biggest smile I can.
Sorry. Didn't mean to throw it in your direction.
Okay, I go get the axe and I put it in my utility belt.
Just a side note. Dog, can you stop being so demanding for attention? Jeez
No,
Louise.
must pet.
No!
he's-
Damn!
He
This
is.
the best idea you've ever had. I will go with this.
He has put his paw on my legs and chair multiple times to get my attention for pats. No more. Okay?
Give me fuss, human. Give me fuss.
Yes.
Whatever you're doing, it is not important. You must fuss me.
Must pet.
Listen, we have established that I would die for pretty much anyone's pets. I will fly to Australia and pet your dog, and that's just the entire purpose of the trip.
And
You'd like
kidnap
that,
combat.
wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, we'll just kidnap Combat and bring him back to the.
At,
I mean, we're already-
at
we're not-
least give me a big box. That's all I'm asking for. All right.
I mean, in April, that's exactly what we're doing.
Hmm.
All right.
We're
So
just
Cerno
stealing
big or your
stuff.
big?
my big, thank you. I want to fit
Okay.
in
You
You said
Cerno
we'd be
big.
putting him in the cargo hold.
Yeah, you'll
Oh.
put me in the overhead locker.
I thought that was.
Don't forget to pay for shipping and handling.
Extra baggage is
Nah.
expensive, yo.
I know. We're
Wow,
gonna
you're not
cost
even
him
willing
instead.
to pay for the extra baggage?
No.
Wow.
I'm
Wow.
not, gonna
I'm not even
say
paying for the
anything.
flight.
I'm just going to sit here and be a good boy and bite my tongue for once.
God. Ah!
Anyways, we. are now
What time of
sad
day
we
is
have
it?
No parrots.
By now it's probably about 2 in the afternoon. Sun just going past highest point.
But wait, Nate, I thought it was 9 in the afternoon.
That'd be long.
No, okay.
Yeah, Agnes is right. They're long gone.
It's okay. We can get you another bird and teach it profanities instead.
Yeah!
It's
Another
fine.
horse.
Cerno's just gonna start walking forward again.
Okay.
How many horses have we lost now?
One. We only had one.
Two.
Oh, we had
Two.
two. I thought we only had one.
Wait.
No,
We lost one to the giant,
You lost
didn't
one
we?
this. No, I think the giant. I think they survived the giant. You lost one to a basilisk.
Oh yes, no,
yeah,
it's the
it was a
basilisk. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
in grand total, this group has lost 2 horses, but today you lost one.
You know what? That's not as bad as I thought it was.
No, we should
And
not.
Sophie, if you're American, it will be a basilisk. God.
But I'm
What?
not American.
It's a basilisk.
Neither are you.
Dude,
I don't know where you
big
heard
horse
I
that.
know.
is not half bad right
Just a side note. When I went to America and said basil, they gave me the strangest look.
Yeah, it's Basil.
That's weird.
It's
Basil,
Basil.
apparently. I know it's basil.
Yeah.
First I've heard of it.
Basil brush, not basil brush. Anyway,
Anyway.
Agnes is saying you either buy a new one or you walk. The plank, I mean.
Not again.
Yes, Jam, yes.
Yes.
I don't suppose Johan would be up for a task of finding our birds for us now, would he?
I don't
Johan
think
would do
so.
Anything. for
Cerno's
the
just
sake.
walking forward and a half. He's not engaging in any conversation.
Do you mean the
I
crazy
walk with
cat
my
wizard?
little birdie.
Yeah, the crazy cat wizard. He's helpful.
Wait, do we just call it the crazy cat wizard?
Wait,
Karan
cat
just
wizard?
called him-
He's a gnome.
Karan just called him the crazy cat wizard.
I love her.
I know, that's why you said it. That's why I was asking Carol, like, wait, he's a gnome. What do you mean cat wizard?
No, it was so much simpler before. He seems to have a weird obsession with cats, or at least using his magic to find them.
I think it's the other way
Oh,
around.
that's because people keep hiring him to find their cats for him.
Yes,
He helped find my sister, too.
he did. That's true.
Who is also a cat, right?
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
Enjoy it whilst you can.
No. Anyways, onward.
Onward, further and glory.
Onward.
Wait, so are we gonna go get new horses? Are we gonna go just straight to Midford?
Yeah. The closest town is Axenmouth.
Oh,
We
wait,
have best
Granny.
chance there.
I guess. Are you heading back to Axemouse Karan?
Well, I have some hunting to do.
That's
Didn't get much done in the past couple of days.
Oh yeah, you've been helping us. Sorry about that.
Well, I know the area around Axenmouth. I don't have any reason to return to the city itself.
Mhm.
Perhaps I should go find a new game to hunt.
So
Why?
something to do.
no, just. I mean, if we were heading back there, we could walk with you, or we could split off and head north. I don't.
I was just saying if we wanted a new cart, unless you're willing to walk to Axen.
Maybe she has to.
Well, I guess the question you guys must figure out is, are you going to walk or get a cart and have to leave it somewhere else?
I feel like we're
You know
just
what?
gonna
I
keep
think
moving on.
walking. Wait, is there any way we could find an enchanted cart that drives itself?
I'm sure we could find
I
a
think
wizard to enchant one.
you would have to go to the city of Fork for that. They're known
is
for
it?
tinkering.
City of what?
Oh,
City of Fork, far away.
it's all the way
Guys,
down
I'm
south.
fine with this. We're going south. Fuck yeah, let's go.
It's all the way down south. Yeah, you know where the white dragon is? Yeah, no, we're not going there.
I want to hear the banjos. Let's
Say
go down
hi
south,
to
guys.
the dragon.
Go
Let's
fuck
go.
So listen
yourself.
the southern accent from the north, because that's where
I'm
Nara's
dead.
from.
It doesn't work
Yeah,
that
there we
way.
go.
Yeehaw!
The North accent.
It does if you try hard enough.
I add things to the conversation.
The northern.
Too much information.
Anyways,
Anyone else hearing a ghost?
Boys.
We're being haunted, oh no!
And it's constantly asking for ham, I say, glaring at night.
Anyways. Okay.
Anyway,
What
enough
do we do
metagaming.
now? Do we go or do we start for? I mean, how the fuck are we gonna get another cart? Is my question.
Well,
We
I
have to
don't know
walk
if
to
you've heard
Axel
about it,
now.
but I hear this new fancy purchasing thing going down quite well, where you pay people for goods and services.
Got some
Well,
snack
clearly
here
that's
to
not
grab in
what
the
where-
temple.
Temple has our
Are
cart.
we getting a cart from? And I'd rather not
It's up to
walk
you.
back to Axel now.
I survive perfectly fine without a cart. Noisy things most of the time, anyway.
Yeah.
Right. Well, feel like cart.
Horses
Yeah.
only? I think horses only, probably.
Well, we don't have that trunk to drag around anymore.
Yeah, I mean, we finally got rid of,
Why did we
Shut up,
keep
Edith.
it again?
I have no clue. Agnes, why did we keep it?
I thought you guys lugged it around because it carried stuff or had some form of sentimental value.
No. 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 No, 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 no.
It was
Nope.
principle.
Close enough. She stole it and she was sure as hell going to make the most of it.
And we didn't fucking use it for anything.
Except to hide the boar on occasion.
Yeah. Boys hiding spot. That's probably about it.
True.
Okay.
All right. Well, you continue along the onto the road and towards Axemouth.
Oh, it's we
Okay, so we are going to Axenmouth.
Well, I
I
mean,
was
are
on-
you?
I was only saying that that's
Don't
probably going to be
know.
that's the nearest place, so it's going to be the best bet for cart or
Yes.
horses.
We're going there. Cause horses. Okay, we're going there. Agnes has spoken.
Okay.
I don't have a hood or anything, do I?
Nope.
I can give you a hood.
Hey.
I'm not sure anyone's
Here
actually.
you go.
Did,
I do.
have
I
you
have a
guys
cloak
given
on.
her additional clothes, or is she still wearing her rag?
Yeah, I'm sure one of us has. I'm sure
I
have
would
spare.
give her a spare of boy clothes wouldn't fit.
Boar's
Mm.
clothes would be kind of large and droopy on her, and quite baggy. But
Hey,
You know what?
shouldn't it
That's
do?
fine. Boy
Yeah,
clothes.
sure.
Boy clothes. Should have one of the spares because boy really never changes because for some reason his blue monk stuff he has on can't come off. God.
oh no, he can change his clothes. He can change his clothes. He
It's
just
just that they can't be.
can't keep them off. He just can't take them off for the sole purpose of not putting any more on. It's weird.
So boy can't strip down to his. I feel like this would be one day boy just get captured by a.
It's like, why the fuck can't we take his clothes off? I don't know, dude. It's just a problem I have.
Just like, look, man, I've had the same problem for about 3 years now. You know how hard it is?
Taking baths is really awkward.
God, it is.
Going
Anyway.
into a final battle against a god of some kind hits a point where that just breaks whatever seal it is that keeps you close together. Last thing you do before you perish is undress. progress. Zero regrets.
No, it's like Boar just tries. It's like through all the fights and everything, his clothes just get ripped, and just the patches of fabric just stay where they are. So he ends up just appearing to be wearing nothing but tatters, which are magically held in place.
I'm free. Aw, getting vaporized.
Convenient censoring and all that.
Yep.
Anyways, I guess to Accent Mouth now.
Yes.
All right.
Accent Foot.
Amara
Before they arrive, Savangil gives Amora a makeover just because.
All right, make a performance check,
That's
Savangale, and Amara.
Amara.
You also have the choice of Agnes's clothes as well, if you wish something slightly more fitting.
Can I wear a mixture of the two? Make it really weird.
Do you have the world's baggiest trousers and a somewhat tight-fitting shirt?
Is it like almost a parachute pants type? MC Hammer pushing it.
Getting a bit beyond that.
Get it? Oh, that's even better. There you go. You look good, kid. You look good.
Jam, I was meaning more size-wise, as in she's got overly sized trousers and a shirt which is actually somewhat more...
She could probably fall over those trousers, so maybe not.
Accurate for her size. That was what I was meaning. As in it, she fit into it.
Wait, no, that's just me trying to buy trousers anytime ever.
Oh, mood.
Senna's gonna eventually look back and see this thing, and he's gonna suggest that we stay in Axelmouth for a few days and get her some clothes.
Yeah, that might be.
I do not have much money, nor an understanding of how money works here.
Boy snaps his
probably need some
fingers.
help.
Don't you worry. We'll make you look good.
You're channeling the wrong character.
Alright, sorry.
Music is way too epic for this moment.
Hey, this is an epic moment.
Dude, it's just another shopping episode. From heartbreak to shopping, what next will the Syrcas be doing?
Dying, probably.
What's next?
As you're having this conversation, a giant black dragon sweeps out of the sky and eats you all.
Oh god, no.
Okay. Looks like we're rolling new characters, guys.
I would like to die of Mora's hair starting from like purple at the top, changes into green with blue tips, and then it sparkles.
Oh my fucking god, Savangol.
Yes.
Amara seems to be someone from an 80s disco.
That's fucking amazing.
And may I just say, she looks very scared.
And somehow, through all of this, her skin has also gone paler. Not because of makeup, just because the blood has left it. After this, Agnes sort of ushers Amara away, just giving the assurance of she'll help.
Must protect
She's
the child.
just gonna nod and keep to Agnes.
Karan sort of, as you guys approach Axmouth, goes, well, guess I shall depart for now.
Chord string.
Hey, quick question, what's my name?
Begins with an A.
Kind of like our scenes?
Yeah, kind of. That one begins with a B, that one a C. You need to get someone whose name begins with D.
Oh my god. Odd, we know what your next character's name is gonna be.
We already have. Never mind.
Nope.
God damn it.
We already have Daewon.
Oh yeah, we do have Daewon.
Who doesn't know that?
I know.
That's fine. We already do have A, B, C.
That's the ironic thing. Anyway, safe travels to you.
Indeed. And not to bother any more gods.
No promises.
Her eyes sort of narrow slightly towards our scene.
And
I best go hunting. Gives a short nod before trotting off northwards, away from the city and back sort of towards the jungle and grasslands higher up the river.
So we're at Axon Mouth, yeah?
That was before Axe and Mouth, but with probably another hour or so of travel, you do reach into Axe and Mouth.
Zerno's still huffy.
Can't all be huffy.
I mean, I would be upset too if all of
Downs.
my party members, or friends as I would call them, have decided to teach my bird to curse in very much languages, and then the next day we go off helping one of your friends, and then there's a bird. I'd be upset too. So. But anyways.
Alright. So, you enter into the city of Axe and Mouth, into the more well spaced out and well presented houses. Make your way towards the river, passing through the swallows and appearing near the Axon and the marketplace which surrounds it.
Amara's
there's a
going
little
to
bit
be
of-
very quiet. Amara's going to be very quiet around here.
Okay.
Is the Axon the name of the stone or the river mouth?
The name of the river and the stone.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
One gave the name to the other.
The stone's still there, yeah?
Yes, the stone is still there.
Right.
My God.
I was going to say it is the Axon River, and then it's referred to as the Axon. So, just as an FYI, the river was named after the stone.
Yeah.
But yes, the stone is still there, and the marketplace surrounding it is somewhat quieter now. The streets somewhat empty as it's now reaching evening. A few the sounds of as you walk through the city streets, you hear sort of sounds of ruckus and general party sort of coming from a couple of taverns, and you notice as one or two drunkards stumble down the streets already. Guards keep up patrols, and as you walk past the docks, you notice it is heavily guarded now. The remains of a charred and burnt ship being slowly lifted out of the water piece by piece by a couple of different cranes. Wooden crane-like contraption. That part of the docks appears to be shut off. However, the docks are large, and there are still many a ship dock.
Right. Horses.
Could I sneak off from the group?
You can try.
You can certainly try.
I can certainly try. That's a 6. Oh, please, for the love of God, RNGesus, please love me. $16?
I mean, I presume this is using our passive perceptions. I've got 15, so.
Mine's 15 as well. You might just make it.
No one seems to notice you sneak away.
You just made it.
The boy is out.
And so yeah, boy, you're able to sneak away.
I'm gonna go to the pet shop.
All right. Well, as you guys make your way through town and you come to the closed pet shop.
Oh, the closed pet shop?
It appears to be closed for the day, yes.
It's too late.
Shit. I go to a random tavern, have a couple drinks, see if someone starts a bar fight, and maybe get into said fight.
And what's everyone else doing?
There we go. I haven't had my
Cerno
fun. It's fucking
asks
emotional
if we're
today.
staying
I
at
wanna
the same
beat shit
tavern we
up.
stayed at before.
You guys certainly can if you want.
I'm going to a different tavern, trying to be all snake and shit. So.
Alright, Cerno's gonna just say he's gonna go off to the park for a bit. And he'll be back later.
Sana wanders off to the park. Boar goes to the inn, try and find a bar fight. Agnes is heading straight
pretty
to
much.
the inn. Amara, Arsene, Savinga.
Abigail's going to go to the inn and see if she can arrange so that way if she performs and she gets free rooming.
Alright.
Oh, hang a minute. Is that something I can do as well? One sec. Wait, no, that's for a different character, never mind.
Different character can perform.
No, you said horses and cloves, Jam, but it's the evening.
So we'll have to do that in the morning.
Yes.
I want to get more arrows, but I shall wait till the morning.
I guess I'm gonna follow the others, because I don't know where I'm going.
Ah, good point. We can ask the
Alright.
bar server.
So, as 4 of you go to the inn, one of you... Is it 4? 1, 2, 3... Yeah, 4 of you go to the inn. And one slinks off to find a bar fight, and the other makes their way through the city towards the park. I think we'll call that a session.
Hey.
Boy's gonna get into a fight. This was fucking emotional. God damn it.
Can't believe we had that NPC and we learned nothing about her.
Yep, she literally just fucked right off without you knowing anything other than...
And you still managed to stay alive.
Nate, when you were describing the temple and how it was inverted, I honestly, to God, started tearing up. And I was about to start fucking crying.
I think at some point Comet yelled quite emotionally. I was sat there like, oh shit.
Oh god, yeah, I heard that too, and I was just like, well...
Hard not to.
I mean, God, yeah.
Everyone else
Get the emotion just right.
Sorry for the sorry for
Talent
your
doesn't
sorry for your
exist.
eardrums. Soz lols.
No, it's just
Honestly, that
not-
sneeze got me more than the...
Fun fact, before we started streaming, I sneezed really loud and it scared the absolute god out of Odd and Ninja. It was brilliant.
Yeah.
So goddamn funny.
And I thought it was Jam, so...
There's sneezing and then there's power sneeze.
And then there's the cat in. Yes. Toto, thank you for the follow, mate. Don't think you're still here. Don't know, but thank you anyway. We had fun today, and
Yes.
how do we end this?
And we still need to stop.
Thank you for watching this episode of Dummies and Dice.
Hey guys, look at that! Someone can say the name properly. Oh no!
Thank you for watching this episode of the Challenge of Eros.
Fuck
you can't even incorrectly plug. Come on.
Thank
I
you
know.
for watching this
No, you'd
episode
have-
of Dummies
It would
and
have to
Dice.
require 6 idiots with
We
1
look
dice for
forward
it
to
to work.
seeing you next
Wait,
week.
are we 6 idiots right now? I mean, we're 6 idiots.
Well,
Don't do that.
You suck at counting. Bye everyone.
Yeah, we're over the
Next
limit.
time.
We're well over the limit.
Next time on Dummies and Dice, how will Boar get arrested?
Let's do
5
this!
minutes in.
Will
No,
we
2
ever
minutes
learn
in.
anything about
No,
any
no,
character
no,
we
1 minute
interact
in.
with?